Hello Leo, my name is Keith Haswell and I'm a professional astrologer with 40 years experience in the business, over 30,000 clients worldwide, and I've written 2 books on astrology, meditation and reincarnation. First one of these, you'll get 12 CDs out of that book with my voice and beautiful backing music where I take in and out of meditation time and time again. All of that is sent to you free of charge together with your horoscope chart if you visit my website. Towards the end of this video, the website address will pop up on the screen. If you're watching it from a mobile, it may not pop up, so I'll give you the address later on. And when it does pop up, pause it there and write it down so that you can know where to go to submit your birth details. And what I'm going to do for you, Leo, once I've actually done your personal horoscope chart, is I'm going to give you a report on your situation in this particular lifetime as far as personal relationships are concerned. Now, we all have personal relationships, but not necessarily just romantic ones. We have relationships with relatives and neighbours and family members and those who live with us. We have personal relationships with children. We have personal love relationships. We have relationships with people that we work with spouse and partner, and also with in-laws and things like that, and with business associates and with friends. So there's a variety of personal relationships that we all have in our life, Leo. And what I'm going to do for you is, from your horoscope chart, not just a generality, but from your individual horoscope chart, I'm going to give you a printed report that tells you where your Sun is and where Venus is, the 2 social planets and relationship planets, to do with the Sun and Venus and what house that they're sitting in, what sign that they're sitting in, and what relationship that they form with other planets in your horoscope. And that tells you a lot about yourself and what tests that you've set for yourself in this lifetime in the area of relationships, and what qualities, principles and values that you've integrated into your personality as attributes from past lives. So it's a very interesting report that's sent to you by email with your birth chart. So I'm happy to do all that for you free of charge. Now, what we're going to do here now is have some fun together by laying out on a timeline for you, Leo, the movements of the social planets in your horoscope and the impacts upon the social planets in your horoscope. They're only influences that last for a day or so either side of the date that I give you, so they're not big time influences, but you will feel them. And we start off on the 2nd of November with Neptune influence that's negative. It sees a lot of secret worries for you, bad judgment to do with social activities connected with family and with in-laws. It's not a good time for travel, and it can see secret worries for you to do with the family side of things. On the 4th of November, you've got a Pluto influence, which is very favourable for commencing and starting new projects because it impacts upon your first house, and it's very favourable for you socially. Now, you'll have a lot of determination and inner strength to achieve your goals at that particular time. On the 7th of November, you've got a full moon. Now, a full moon is a culminating cycle that culminates all the things that you've commenced or started in the previous 2 weeks. So it's not a good time for commencing and starting things, but it's a good time for consolidating things that you've commenced and started in the previous 2 weeks, Leo. And I'll tell you later on in this reading where your new moon is and when that falls, because that's a good time. That begins a 2-week period where you can commence and start new projects and ideas, okay? But a full moon falls in your 10th house on the 7th of November, and that sees matters relating particularly to do with parents and to do with career and business and your ambitions in life have to be consolidated, not new things commenced, okay? Now, on the 10th of November, Leo, you've got a Jupiterian influence, which is very favourable for you socially, especially connected with relatives and also with business associates and parents. Now, on the 11th of November, Leo, you've got a Pluto influence, which gives you a lot of inner strength and willpower and determination, but it can turn into a lot of inner stress and turmoil within yourself if you're not careful too, particularly to do with family matters, domestic matters, and matters relating to in-laws. On the 13th of November, you've got a Saturn influence, which is going to be a bit of a damper for you, particularly to do with love relationships and the social side of life connected with relatives, neighbours, and those who work with you in the business side of things or the career side of things, and also to do with parents. So there can be personal relationships and social activities that are planned that have to be delayed or obstructed and things like that during that time. Now on the 14th of November, Leo, we've got a Jupiterian influence, which gives you a lot of inner strength and willpower to commence new projects. It falls in the first house of your horoscope. It can be a time of bad judgment though, so just be careful of your judgment in terms of commencing anything new, okay? Now on the 18th of November, Leo, you've got a Saturn influence, which is going to see a little bit of ill health for you. It's not good for commencing and starting new projects and ideas unless you're very practical and down to earth and you're using the law of economy on your side. In other words, you're using time, energy and money wisely, economically, and in line with the law of economy. Now on the 22nd of November, a very exciting time in this month for you, Leo, you've got a new moon. And that falls in your 5th house. Now, what that means, a new moon is a beginning of a 2-week phase in your life where it's a good time for commencing and starting new projects and ideas. Especially anything to do with romance, love, the social side of life, matters relating to children. All of those are favoured during that particular time. And on the 27th of November, you've got a Uranus influence, which means that people are going to pop into your life socially from unexpected situations. So you meet them on a 1,000,000 to 1 chance that you would even meet them. Or else they'll just pop into your life out of the blue. You haven't seen them for some time and they ring and say, oh, I'd like to get together with you for a drink or whatever. So there's very good stars for you socially and romantically if you're in the market for a romance and a love. It's very favourable socially connected with relatives, parents and business associates as well. And the last one we come to, Leo, is on the 27th of November. You've got a Neptune influence which will see you having a few secret worries to do with personal initiatives and interests, and you can have some bad judgment during that time and be a little bit underhanded in dealing with people socially and people that you have relationships with. So that completes my task for you, Leo, and it's nice to have this opportunity to be able to be of service to you. Go to my website now. It should have popped up by now, the website address, and hopefully you've written that down. It's www.mysteryofsirius.com. And by visiting my website and going to the Your Horoscope page and submitting your birth details, I send you your horoscope chart free of charge. And I also send you 12 CDs out of my first book, What Really Matters, on astrology, meditation and reincarnation. And also that printed report on the location of your Sun and Venus in your horoscope by sign, house placement and aspect that they form with other planets in your horoscope, and a report on what that all means in your life and what qualities, principles and values that you've inculcated into your life in past lifetimes, and what tests that you've set yourself in this lifetime in personal relationships. So I thank you for your attentiveness here and look forward to working further with you should you go on with it.